Hey guys, Mr. B here. Today I want to talk to you about, surprise, surprise, science. This thing called science, the object of what we want to understand, NOEO, is a big deal. Science can be thought of in two primary ways. First, science is what we know about the universe, and second, science is what we do to study the universe, knowledge and know-how. To be a bit more specific, science is both the big body of knowledge we have about the natural world that continues to accumulate and is refined over time. And science is also the process that we use to discover creation, God's nature, His handiwork. For you older students and parents out there, the essence of this science process is the weighing of observed and collected evidence against a preconceived idea. Think of the first aspect as a tremendous book that never stops being added to and edited. The entries become more full and better reflect the universe and how it works over time. The second, as this creative way to understand why a puddle of water in Arizona disappears more quickly than one in the Canadian Arctic. We are going to be talking about the science process more and more over the coming weeks. Today, let's introduce its virtues. Don't worry, we'll eventually get to the limitations of science as well. Science virtue number one. It is sensory-based. In other words, it requires observations, many observations. So unplug your ears, open your eyes, stretch out your nose, and pay attention. Science virtue number two, it requires a special step to test your observations, experimentation. Let's take our two puddles again. You think that the Arizona puddle disappeared more quickly because the reptiles were very thirsty and they drank more water than the not-so-thirsty birds by the Arctic puddle. Your best friend disagrees. The two of you design a test. He grabs his sunglasses and heads to Saguaro National Forest, and you your parka as you fly north to the Great Slave Lake. From behind a tent blind several yards away, you and your bestie observe the two different puddles, day and night, until they disappear. Your friend observes that the Arizona puddle indeed disappears more quickly, several days more quickly in fact, but no lizards or snakes visited during this time. From your northern locale, you note that only a few gulls briefly visited the cold, tranquil Canadian puddle during that same time frame. Oofda! Is this an epic fail? No, not really. In fact, it is an epic win. You harness the power of your senses and use them to observe, and then you designed a reasonable way to test your initial observation. That is your preconceived idea. Now, in this case, the evidence conflicted with your preconceived idea or hypothesis. This is good news. Getting your educated guess or speculation wrong is nothing to hang your head about when you're doing science. It means you designed a good test and you learned something new. It turns out there's a lot more than thirsty critters that affect puddles. Depending on which NOEO course you are taking this year, you'll be learning about some of these factors, including evaporation, temperature, humidity, and more. This is what science is all about. Understanding the marvelous complexities of God's general revelation to us. That is His creation. It is fun and creative, and it's just one of the tools in our toolbox. Next time, we'll explore more fully the purpose for doing good science as Christians, and where science fits into our job description as God's image bearers. Keep in touch with us here at NOEO Science by following Canon Curriculum on Facebook, or by visiting the Canon Press website at canonpress.com. Until next time, fellow explorers,